Before we can discuss the particle theory of matter, we need to make sure that we know what matter is in the first place. So matter is anything that takes up space and has mass. This is true even if the mass is very, very small. So think about a flea or a grain of sand. That would be really hard to put on a balance and find the mass of that. But nevertheless, it is matter. It has a mass, and so it's matter. Now, all matter is made up of particles. So if you were to take a sample of matter and keep cutting it up until you got smaller and smaller and smaller bits of matter, eventually you come down to these tiny, for the moment we will say indivisible, lumps of matter called particles. Now, these particles are never motionless. They never stay still. They're attracted to each other, but there is space between them. If you heat matter up, the particles that make up the matter will move faster, and that's really important. All right, now there are three different states of matter. The first state of matter is a solid. Particles that are in a solid vibrate. That's how they are not motionless. So they are vibrating in their positions. But they can't spin and they can't move from place to place. They're locked, as you can see in the picture on the right, in a really rigid pattern, a really rigid structure, and they vibrate in their fixed positions. They're packed very, very close together. In a liquid, the particles can vibrate. They can also spin, and as you can see from the diagram, their position is less structured or ordered. They can't really move from one place to another. They do vibrate and spin. And they're packed very close together, the same as solids are. Particles in gases can vibrate, and they can spin, and they can move from one place to another. These particles are not packed together. They're very, very far apart, and the spaces between particles in a gas are enormous. So the spaces are really, really big. And that's what you need to know for tonight about the particle theory of matter.